What is going on, my good people, man? This is your main man, Ben, here, and we are Talk Active, practicing wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. What is going on, guys? Happy new week for y'all, man. Happy Tuesday. It's amazing. First and foremost, episode 95. We miss a lot of things, hitting a lot of new guests in our episodes, in our podcast. And I just want to go back to, the roots and all that stuff. But before we tackle everything, first and foremost, guys, thank you for the support in this channel. I truly do appreciate every little things, coffee donations, little things. Amazing how it does push us to be better. That being said, I would also like to thank our new subscribers in our main channel. Little guys, we have a channel that's been running for I would say 10 years now, but we're not chasing any fame. We're not chasing anything in here, although we have some companies reaching out for reviews, some sponsored, some are not. But almost 1,000 subscribers. Amazing. We run technology stuff in there, cycling and all that. Almost there, guys. 913 and it's climbing. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the new subscribers. Just a little bit more. Once again, I appreciate you. That being said, I just want to get like... For some reason, I miss the sound bank. Maybe that's the reason why I don't have guests. But there's going to be a lot coming on now, guys. But shout out to new subscribers. If you missed our episode 94, check out our talk with Mrs. Yvette Marino. It was a special episode celebrating our 15 years anniversary, wedding anniversary that is, discussing the past 15 years of our marriage and specific events, special events that lead us till this day. Amazing. I thank you so much, Mom, for having you in episode 94 of our Talk Active. It's amazing talk, man. I mean, there's a lot of honesty that comes out, especially when you are with your loved one. And it's amazing how much we extract the information that was there. It was a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I just said it. But other than that, I'm gonna put Madison, my eldest daughter. She has been with us for 15 years now. This year, yes, because we're 15 years, me and my wife. I'm gonna put her on a spot because she's old enough, I think, to be in a podcast. This is not a children's podcast, but this is not like a R18 or whatnot. But I think I'm going to have to discuss and put her in here because there's a lot of good things about these kids, man. And I just want to see in kids' perspective on how they think and how they process. This day is different. This generation is different. That being said, if you have friends and families and loved ones that's close to your heart, even though, you don't see them a lot, just holler at them, man. I mean, just say what's up, what's good. Check them out. You never know who's really like needs some of your, love or attention, or, just say what's up. There's a lot of things in life that you think it's okay. And in the bottom line, closed doors, it's not. So hollering at your friends, it makes a lot of difference. That being said, though, guys, if you are in football, man, touchdown! That was crazy. That was crazy game last Sunday. I thought we already had the bags. We Baltimore Ravens against the Miami Dolphins, and we smothered them. It was amazing and all that until it was fourth quarter, where the Dolphins came back 28 points, scoring 28 points in one quarter. That is just beyond me. It's amazing. And it was definitely a good game for the Dolphins, but not so much at the Ravens. I would still point my fingers the confusion in that game towards the defense. The Mard and his crew did their part. They scored a lot. But there was like a lot of confusion there, and especially with Tyreek Hill, man, the fastest NFL wide receiver, one of the fastest, arguably the fastest last year. Man, you cannot not leave that guy back-to-back touchdown. It's just not gonna happen. And you know what? It did last week. That's what happened. 14 points in that guy in a span of, I would say, less than 7 minutes. And that's what happened. So we lost, but it's all good. It's all good. It's fresh in the season, but it's 1-1. And also fantasy football people, Yeah, I got 1-1 as well in both leagues. But other than that, man, it's all good. It's all good fun. And it's that time of the year that we have like relax and some managing every week and all that stuff. But other than that, it's still the month of September, guys. We are in the month of September. The theme of the month is resilience and fortitude. Resiliency is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, while fortitude is the courage in pain or adversity. While fortitude is the courage for that one. We still got a lot of things that we're going to need to break down just to be helping out each other and all that stuff. But since we practice practicality to be able to live well, we will apply the one that will work in our method. Typically, I got new guests, but man, it was just a different stuff, like a thing that we handle for the past 7 weeks. That's a month and a half. That's not a month and a half. That's 7. So that's a month and 3 weeks. We had guests. We brought in guests, and it's amazing, man. I mean, we have seen people's perspective, their different type of thinking, their practice, and we definitely found a new gig. It's not going to be just solo anymore. But other than that, after 7 episodes, I kind of like, it stepped back a little bit. It's been, I need to get back to my groove, But other than that, though, guys, if you're interested in podcasting, let me know. I'll walk you through on things. But other than that, what I learned about podcasting when you do solo podcasts, it's kind of like different approach. Long story short, it's harder because, you're going to be keep on putting things in there, talking. And if you don't know what you're doing, then it's going to be extra challenging. But if you're honed into that, skill and you have enough experience talking to people, extracting things, not like extracting like, gold mine or a diamond mine, but when you talk to them, you have that sincerity and you want to learn and you want to hear what they have to say. It becomes more natural. It becomes more easy. And by the end of the day, it becomes more pleasurable between y'all because you have like honesty, you have experience going on in each other and you're learning. I mean, as a host, I learn a lot from my guests. And that being said, there's going to be a lot more coming in this coming October. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more coming in. We're going to be approaching almost 100 episode in our podcast. That being said, 100 episode. Yeah. For me, that is a milestone, guys. 100 episode. We're not chasing any fame here. We're not chasing any, lifestyle. This is our contribution to the universe. And that being said, almost 100 episode. It is a amazing feat that I never thought about it. This was just a hobby 2-3 years ago, and it evolved, and then here we are. But other than that, it was an amazing 7 episode, and I did learn a lot. But yeah, I miss the sound bank a lot. Sound bank every time I talk, when I was like, Yeah, your bench right here. Month of September, once again, guys. The theme is resiliency in fortitude. Now, episode 95, we'll talk about dealing with haters. Yep, you heard that right. How to deal with haters. I mean, I would like to ask, there's a lot of hate in the world right now. That being said, it's definitely human nature to hate. It is in part of us being human with that emotion that evolves on, hateful emotions, that feeling right there that we develop. That's why it's kind of like important for us and how we talk about it. But other than that, where does hate come from? And they come in a different shape and form, and they also disguise themselves as somewhat a little bit of like a hiccup or maybe headache or something that is not noticeable, but it's definitely part of it. It disguises itself though, guys. So that's what I'm trying to get into here. Let us remember before we tackle this, Romans 12:18. It says, "Do your best to live as everybody's friend. Don't hit back. Live at peace with everyone." That would be in Romans 12:18. Romans 12:18. So going back to hate, where does it came from? I mean, for my own opinion, I would say hate comes on people that has their own strong self opinion. Like they're so opinionated that if you don't agree with them, that's where it comes from. That could be political parties, in artist world, or there's a lot more aspects that we can put that statement in the context and generalize it. So when people are so opinionated, they tend to be so passionate on what they want to say. And if you don't agree with them, basically, you're against me. So part of it, maybe in a first discussion with your friend or your classmate, it's okay. But then again, you notice a pattern that develops, and the next day in the next chapter of the subject, then it evolves to become, I'm noticing a pattern that this guy is not agreeing on me. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe I don't like him too. Maybe we hate each other. And then, it evolves. It's like a domino effect that it just falls and falls. So for me, it based strongly on modern times right now with kids, with people, that it spans on a very highly opinionated environment. That's where it stems. So basically hate is like a big emotion that dislike on an individual based on what they do. So basically you hate them. That's where it comes from. Refer to the things that we does not like to people. Maybe their gestures, maybe if you look at physically, the way they, gestures when you said something, and then they like, smirk, or they like roll their eyes. Oh my God. Something like that. I mean, it's very popular these days, man. But who are they? Hateful people are every person has some haters, especially when you're popular or you're contributing a lot, regardless of what you do. Maybe 100 good things, you make one mistake, your haters will magnify that. Regardless of your contribution to the community, 100 good things you made, you make one mistake, your hater is gonna eradicate 100 things that you did. because of one thing that you did wrong. That's your hater. That's your hater. They magnify things and they cannot stick into one subject or topic. If you stick in one subject or topic and they feel like they are being outgunned or they're not winning on one topic, they will revert back. They will step back and recreate another environment. And that is a breed for a breeding ground for hate. That is a solid breeding ground for hate. And other than that, man, I mean, we cannot please everybody. And if you're so, like what I always tell my daughter, you don't have to explain yourself to all of your friends if you're not feeling well, or if you don't want to go out, or if you don't want to talk specific things. You don't have to explain yourself, because you don't have to, because you don't want to waste your time and their time. And by the end of the day, it's how you feel. You take care of your own. You take care of yourself before you can take care of others. That's what we teach in our daughter. But I went to this website, crimestoppers-uk.org, and hate crimes and all that stuff. There's some 10 quotes that I caught my attention for this very famous people, and I like to share it with you guys. I'll share a link in this one as well. I'm going to start with number 1 from Martin Luther King Jr. He said that darkness cannot drive darkness. Light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Love can do that. So that's definitely one of my modern day mentors. Mentors, once again, guys, doesn't need to be living. It's good if you got a living mentor, but mentors can be a very popular historical figure or people that has a big contribution to the humanity or as a whole it could be. But Martin Luther King is one of my amazing individual, a mentor, like what I said. Second, Nelson Mandela. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Nelson Mandela. That is so true. 1994, man. That's amazing. If you follow Nelson Mandela's life as well, he was imprisoned. There's a lot of things that people will not agree and all that stuff. But overall, we are still people. We commit crimes. We commit sin. By the end of the day, all we do for salvation is to ask for forgiveness, and we will be saved. We will not going to be damned forever, Other than that, number 3, misunderstanding arising from ignorance breeds fear, and fear remains the greatest enemy of peace. Lester B. Pearson. All right. Moving on, number 5, I would like to skip this one. In the practice of tolerance, one's enemy is the best teacher. Dalai Lama. Another one here. I think this would be the last one that I like. Attacking people with disabilities is the lowest display of power I can think of. Morgan Freeman. It says a lot. You attack people with disabilities. It's not saying about you not able to walk and you attack them. The disabilities there is a different meaning. If you're not able to think properly because your processing is different, I'll put in layman's term. If you don't know a lot about managing money or your time or your assets or resources, and you attack people by taking advantage of their not knowing or taking advantage of their shortcomings, then you doing that to elevate yourself, that would be, disgusting. That's the lowest display of power I can think of. That was Morgan Freeman. That's how I translate it. But other than that, check out that website, guys. It's just, figures of people that has influenced a lot of individuals in talking about hate, your haters. Then we can all learn. We can all learn from each other. So by the end of the day, how do we handle this haters? Okay, we're gonna be hitting our outro, guys. We're gonna cap out for our solo podcast. When someone has a strong opinion about something, it usually says more about them than whatever or whomever the opinion happens to be about. A lie told so many times, they make that lie a reality. They make it their own truth. So how do we deal with things when encountering hatred or ill opinion in others? Two things. Let's ask ourselves, is the opinion inside my control? If it is, there's a chance for influence. And influence can encourage change. You do whatever you can. Do what you do best. How? Be kind, good natured to everyone, correct out of love, not on being right. If there's no chance, simply accept this person as they are. Never hate the hater. That's it. The world is so big, we contribute to the universe as much as we can. Like this podcast. Overall, we don't have time to think about what other people are thinking, even if it's about us. Thank you guys for listening, man. Have a blessed week. Always remember, God is good all the time. This is your main boy. Peace out.